Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to use Affinity Designer to draw this 3D chart. So let's get started. First we are going to create a new document, and we choose the donut tool and choose the donut tool to draw the circle like this, and I'm going to fill the gradient color and make my setup color setting just a little bit. Just a very simple color setting. Okay, there it is, and we're going to convert it to the symbol, and now we are going to drag it out from the symbol panel. If you don't see the symbol panel, you can use the wheel menu, studio, and symbols. Now when we select this symbol, we are going to change its height to maybe 160. That would be great for me. And now I'm going to zoom in and show grid. Now you can see the grid, and I'm going to set the grid to 1 pixel space. Okay, and now I'm going to select this symbol and press Ctrl J to duplicate it and move it up 1 pixel. As you see, is two symbol here, and when I continue press Ctrl J, I can simulate the thickness of this donut. Okay, now I think it's enough. It's a little more than what I want. I'm going to select some of them and delete it, and then I'm going to hide the grid. Now I select all of this symbol and hit Ctrl G to make it as a group, and move this symbol out of the canvas, or I can use the upward tool to make two upwards. So the final render is in the upward one, and the symbol was in the upward 2. Now I'm going to change the upward name, which is the upward 2 is adjustment layer. Sorry. And upward 1 is the final result. Okay, I'm going to save it. And as you see, now I have this group contain all of my symbols, and I'm going to rename it to Phoenix. And select the top of all symbols layer, and right click and hit release. Now you can see the top symbol was released from the Phoenix group. So now I'm going to add the adjustment, brightness and contrast, and reduce the brightness of the Phoenix group. Now you can see the Phoenix is a little darker from the top symbol, and I'm going to rename the top symbol as top. So because all of them are symbols, so if I double click the symbols from the adjustment artboard and hit A to adjust the donut, you can see the final render result is updated. So here is how I make the 3D chart. But if you want to add some highlights, you can duplicate the top symbol and hit Ctrl G to convert it to the group. Now you can add some color overlays, just the white color, and yeah, you can use the Y2 to change its opacity. And now you can add some, the highlight. You can change the name to highlight and duplicate it. Now because this highlight layer was also contain the symbol, so if you change the symbol, the highlight will increase or decrease, but now you can see it's not. Why this happens? Because I think it's because of the color overlays didn't update. Well, it's not. Let me see. Well, actually, it's break the length from the symbol. I don't know why, but it should sync with the symbol. So I don't know. Maybe we are use the top symbol and do Ctrl J, duplicate it and convert it to the group. Repeat the things what we are doing. I think it may be a bug. And we hit Y to change the opacity of the white light. So let's see. Yeah, now it's update. It's update with the adjustment artboard layer. Adjustment artboard symbol. And now we are going to make the shadows. So what we are going to do is we select the bottom of the Phoenix group symbol layer and right click, release again. Now we have this symbol layer at the bottom, and again we are hitting the Ctrl G and fill with the black, and the outline was black also. Now you can see there is a little more pixel shows up, and I'm going to reduce the opacity. Now you can see here is a little grade that we call it shadow. And now when we change the adjustment symbol, the shadow will update. So here is what I want. And if you see here is many teeth, but if you switch to the pixel wheel mode or the retina pixel wheel mode, it will reduce the teeth effects, but there is still there. So what you can do is to make more symbols between the top from the bottom. What I can do is we select all the symbols in the Phoenix group and hit the Ctrl J to duplicate it, and select them again, and use this space vertically arrange. We hit. Now you can see the gap is smaller, so which means the T was the T is not so sharp from the pixel wheel mode. So now we're going to select the top layers and move down a little bit, and you can see the final result. And when you change the adjustment symbols, and you will see the results is updating. If you want to make some transparency, to make it look more transparency, you can duplicate the top layer. No, you can duplicate the bottom layer. Let's rename this to shadow. Duplicate it, the symbol in shadow group, and move it outside. Now you can see I'm going to drag it on the top of all these layers and behind the and below the highlights, and make the blending mode to multiple. No, we cannot, because first we have to group it to not affect all the symbols. And now we are going to change this group blending mode to multiple. You can see it here. Is make it look a little transparent, and reduce the opacity to 10 maybe, to 20. And you can see here is a little dark, and make you feel it's transparent, but it's not. It's just multiple layers on the top of all layers. And now I'm going to rename the layer. And boom, everything was done. You can lock the final result layers, boards and layers, and leave the donut not to lock it. And now you can hit the A key to into the adjustment mode, and now you can see whatever you do with this adjustment symbol, the final result artboard will update. Here is how to make the 3D chart effects in Affinity Designer. So hope you like it. Okay, I'm going to choose some test, whatever. So here is the final result. Everything was done. You can hit this, or you can rename this symbol as to edit May, right? Now you can send this file to anybody else, and they will see this symbol and select it and hit the A key to adjust it. Now they can get the 3D effects. And the next thing I'm going to show you is the donut. It's very useful. when we are creating these effects. As you see, I'm going to change its Phoenix to 0, and we are going to give it a little line width, maybe to 20, and I'm going to set the line color to a little light green. So I'm going to Control J to duplicate it and set the color as the light blue. Now I hit A key, I can do this effect very cool, which is very fascinating. You can very simple to do these effects to make the percentage of the the circle. Okay, that's how I make the 3D chart in Affinity Designer, and there is a little skill. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next tutorial. Bye.